Coronavirus outbreak, with 143 more deaths. Toll in China jumps to over 1,500 in China. The overall death toll due to coronavirus outbreak reached 143, with over 2,500 new confirmed cases of the infection being reported from 31 provincial-level regions, health officials said. The total number of coronavirus cases in China have gone up to 67,535. The death toll in China's novel coronavirus epidemic has climbed to 1,523, with 143 new fatalities reported, mostly from the worst-affected Hubei province, while the confirmed cases jumped to over 66,000, health officials said on Saturday. The country's health commission said it received reports of 2,641 new confirmed cases of novel coronavirus infection and 143 deaths on Friday from 31 provincial-level regions and the Xinjiang Production and Construction Corps. Among the deaths, 139 were in Hubei province, 2 in Henan and 1 in Beijing and Chongqing respectively, the commission said. Another 2,277 new suspected cases were reported Friday, said the commission. Also on Friday, 849 patients became seriously ill, while 1,373 people were discharged from hospital after recovery, state-run Xinhua news agency reported. The overall confirmed cases on the Chinese mainland has reached 66,492 by the end of Friday, and 1,523 people have died of the disease, it said. The commission added that 11,053 patients remained in severe condition, and 8,969 people were suspected of being infected with the virus. A total of 8,096 people had been discharged from hospital after recovery. The commission said 513,183 close contacts have been traced, adding that among them 30,081 were discharged from medical observation on Friday, with 169,039 others still under medical observation. By the end of Friday, 56 confirmed cases, including 1 death reported in Hong Kong, 10 confirmed cases in Macau and 18 in Taiwan. On Friday, the Chinese government had highlighted the continued drop of coronavirus disease, officially termed by the WHO as COVID-19, all over the country except in Hubei province. Meanwhile, Chinese President Xi Jinping has called for the use of digital technology such as big data, artificial intelligence and cloud computing to better support epidemic monitoring and analysis, virus tracing, prevention and treatment, and resource allocation. His call came amid deployment of robots in hospitals in Wuhan treating the virus patients to supply and other materials. While the primary focus has been on the health risks of the virus, which can cause severe respiratory illness known as COVID-19, experts have begun to worry about the negative impact that a prolonged outbreak could have on the world economy. They are closely monitoring the emergence of the coronavirus, which could lead to disruptions in China that spill over to the rest of the global economy, the chairman of the U.S. Federal Reserve said Tuesday. The epidemic is caused by a virus similar to the one behind SARS, which killed 774 people in 2002 and 2003. SARS also slowed China's economic growth and caused an estimated $40 billion in losses worldwide. The current outbreak has disrupted a number of industries over the past few weeks as factories have shut, travel has been restricted and uncertainty has dampened financial markets. Why there's debate. Many analysts fear that the coronavirus could be much more damaging than SARS, in large part because of China's rising role in the world economy in the past 2 decades. In 2003, China represented roughly 4% of the global economy. In 2018, its share had grown to about 16%. Businesses have also become much more integrated across borders, and China serves as a major manufacturer and supply chains across countless industries. If factories are shut for an extended period of time, the global trade market could be disrupted. Some economists fear the virus could push China into a recession large enough to cause a global downturn. Other predictions are much less apocalyptic. The ultimate impact of the virus will depend on how long the epidemic lasts and whether it spreads to other countries in significant numbers. If the outbreak is contained effectively, the effects could be limited to a marginal dip in China's growth that represents a small blip in the world economy. Story continues. Some economists caution against making any forecasts at all, given the uniqueness of the outbreak, the lack of information from China's authoritarian government and the general unpredictability of the world economy. Everyone is guessing, one economist said. What's next? Millions of Chinese workers returned to work this week after the extended Lunar New Year holiday, but travel restrictions put in place to combat the virus have forced many factories to remain closed. The effectiveness of China's efforts to reopen its factories is expected to play a major role on how severe the economic impact of this coronavirus outbreak will be. Perspectives. Too much is unknown to make any solid predictions. There is so much unknown about the virus and its potential that the numbers can only be educated guesses. The effects are already being felt. The knock-on effects of the virus and China's dramatic response are daily making themselves felt, from disrupted air travel to rattled supply chains and plummeting commodity prices that are dampening growth prospects from Southeast Asia to South America and beyond. Foreign policy. The impact will be minor if the virus is contained. Economists say the current level of disruption is manageable. If the number of new coronavirus cases begins to slow, and China's factories reopen soon, the result will be a fleeting hit to the Chinese economy in the first quarter and a dent in global growth. If the virus continues to spread, however, the economic damage will increase rapidly. The outbreak could have a lasting impact on China's viability.